Yes. So now we're going to move on to a really fun part of the show, guys. We're going to move on to our fan castings of Knives Out 3, and this is in honor of the title being released as Wake Up Dead Man, which, what a title. I'm a fan. And I love that each title's been a reference to, like, songs and music.
Well, what's also interesting is, and it could change, but they have it, like, it doesn't have it was Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery.
I think it's Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think in the video that Ryan Johnson posted, it had it,
It had it? Oh,
bottom.
okay.
Yeah.
I just remember Glass Onion having it, like, everywhere.
What I'm curious about, are they going to do it theatrically? Or are they going to really just fucking piss Ryan Johnson off again? Dude.
Well, clearly they're starting production, which means I feel like casting is inevitable.
Yeah, or it's probably done. We're just waiting for the announcement.
Oh, yeah. No, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Like the casting,
the
casting's probably been locked for months at this point.
Yeah.
It's just the actual announcement. I feel like they're probably going to be filming publicly, so it's going to be like we got to get this out to people. But that's always, it's sort of like the murder mystery cast is always such a fascinating ensemble. Even like the Kenneth Branagh movies, you're like, all right, who's he got this time? Same thing with what's the really popular show? White Lotus. That's always where are they going to film it and who's going to be in it, because they get a wide range of stars with it. So everyone loves a good murder mystery ensemble.
So, fan casting Knives Out 3.
Yes. Now, when you were doing your fan cast, did you do it as sort of, I think this would be an ensemble that would all work together, or more of just like I think these actors and Ryan Johnson would work well in a Knives Out movie?
The second one.
Same here. Do you want to go tit for tat, or do you want to go all at once?
Let's go tit for tat.
Tit for tat?
You have one more cast member than I do, so you go first.
I do. Okay. Pull up my notes. All right. First one coming out the gate strong. Because also a lot of this too is, I know that Ryan Johnson loves to use TV people who really got like a star on TV and bringing him up into that. And one person who has had his sort of theatrical moments here and there, but man, he has consistently crushed television. And that is my man, Walton Goggins.
There you go.
I would love to see him join that. One, I think he's a fantastic actor, but I think he thrives in an ensemble. He's tried to lead a few projects to some sort of mixed avail, but when you throw him in like a Righteous Gemstones, when he's working with an ensemble and has people to bounce off of, I think he really shines. And I think this could be a great way to like really solidify him. Not that he needs any solidification, because his TV career's immaculate.
Yes. I also pick a lot of TV people, but that's not my first choice. Yeah. My first choice is actually a returning cast member, and this is the only returning one I have, I promise. And the reason why I'm doing a returning cast member, and I'm even going to say they should play the same character, is because this person, when Knives Out was shot, was just starting to rise to fandom, and by the time Knives Out came out, that had already kickstarted. So it was almost like if only it had been like a couple years later, he could have played like a bigger role, and that's Lakeith Stanfield. I think if you bring back Lakeith Stanfield and you also have him be a cop, for some reason I think it'd be funny if he's like on this vacation, like I'm picturing like Glass Onion, it could be nothing like that.
Yeah.
But if he's like on this vacation and he's away from work and then something happens and he's like, God damn it, like I have to help Benoit Blanc again and do all this. Like I find that humorous. And I also just think that Lakeith Stanfield's one of the best actors working today. And it would just be really fun to see that happen again, because we haven't really had, other than Benoit Blanc, we haven't really had a full returning character. So I think it'd be fun to see that in one of these mysteries.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And he's a great actor too. Yeah. I think he also was like, he tried in Haunted Mansion too, which I fucking loved. Yeah. Like I was like, all right, man, get your bag. Hell yeah. Next one, I have another one, TV, but has really taken claim, was in his movies, has literally just been nominated for an Academy Award, and that is Sterling K. Brown. I think that he sort of brings this level of gravitas, and really just whenever he's on screen, you are just sort of captured by his performance, even down to little things like his episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine that he's on.
Dude, amazing.
Is one of their best
episode.
Episodes.
Yeah.
And that's just, it's literally him and Andy Samberg in a jail cell together. Obviously Predator, naturally.
Yes,
of
course.
No, but I mean, American Fiction, like he can do the drama. I think even in American Fiction, he was really humorous too.
Yeah.
I think he has that sort of just presence that I think would work with Knives Out.
Yeah, I agree. And for my next cast member, something else that I think you need in Knives Out is you need someone who could be a red herring. You need someone who is just a little bit off, who can play someone a little bit off, but also can be very dramatic and endearing if you need. So for me, the next perfect cast member is David Dastmalchian. I love David Dastmalchian. He's an amazing, creepy side character in everything he plays, and he killed it in Late Night with the Devil as a lead. I thought he did an excellent job in that movie. And I think pairing him and Rian Johnson in this cast would be such an interesting dynamic, because you would have somebody who, whenever someone dies, they're immediately looking at David Dastmalchian like, all right, how are you involved in this?
You're like, you're a little freak, aren't you? What do you got going on?
So I think kind of putting him in that ensemble would be really interesting and fun. So my next choice is David Dastmalchian.
All right, my next two choices, but I'll do one for now. Actually, I'll just knock them both out since I have one more than you.
Yeah.
I think that also part of the Knives Out, right? It's finding these sort of younger talents too, and really putting a light on them. And one person who's been everywhere lately is Ayo Edebiri.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she's a phenomenal actress, a phenomenal writer. I think that her serious scenes on The Bear are fantastic. I think her humor in things like Bottoms and everything, she's hysterical. Even her Letterboxd reviews, a proud Irish girl too. And I think that her sort of level of quirkiness and zaniness can work in a Knives Out setting. And pairing that also with another younger up-and-comer, I'm saying younger, I really don't know how old these people are, but Josh O'Connor coming off of Challengers. I feel like he's been sort of sporadically here or there, but I think coming off of the success and the internet sort of claiming of him and Mike Faced, I could see Knives Out being a way to get him into another thing that a bunch of people are going to see and really sort of skyrocketing. But that all comes down to talent agencies at the end of the day.
That's true.
But I think that he was great, and he was they were all manipulative in Challengers, but man, he was like, he played it so well.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that would just work in a murder mystery type setting.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And
same thing with Ayo Edebiri, just being that sort of fun, sort of comedic relief character, I think would be great.
No, I agree. And I have a few TV choices as well, and this is my first one. I think Tatiana Maslany would do wonders in a Knives Out movie. And it's partially because she's great at everything. Orphan Black, she literally played how many characters? Like dozens. And it's like
distinct and
each distinct, unique, and felt genuine. You believed every word out of her mouth. So to me, you also have somebody who, if you were going to set in this mystery, because part of the mystery of these movies is anyone could have done it. And you have the David Dastmalchian creepy that I mentioned, and now you have someone who could just lie to your face, and you don't know if they're telling the truth. And I think Tatiana Maslany is perfect for that type of role. And, if you can do Orphan Black and She-Hulk and a ton of other stuff, and you're an amazing actor. And I think that her dynamic would be perfect for these type of movies. So
definitely.
My next choice is Tatiana Maslany.
All right. My next choice is, with these movies, someone needs to die, or someone needs to be super old and just sort of crotchety and angry off in the corner doing whatever, right?
Yeah.
These are the murder mystery character tropes, right? Not that one that Rian Johnson's one to play into tropes. Typically, he likes to subvert them a lot. But someone who's no stranger to an ensemble and no stranger to being a crotchety old man, either the one who dies or the one who's doing that, would be Bill Murray.
Yes.
Because, man, that... I feel like I don't need to explain that one more.
Well, if he shows up.
If they can get him.
Yes. I'll go crotchety old man for crotchety old man. Even though he's a great guy.
Yeah.
But there are a couple of reasons why I'm picking this choice. My choice is Mark Hamill, and there are a couple of reasons why. One, it'd be amazing to see another press tour with Rian Johnson and Mark Hamill. Yeah. Two, it would be so fucking funny if he casted Mark Hamill and then killed him again. It would be so good.
I know Mark Hamill has a lot of sort of thoughts on The Last Jedi?
Sure.
Were any of them sort of directed at Rian Johnson, or do you
think
they have a good working relationship that's something that they would
I think both.
develop? Yeah.
I think both. I mean, I think obviously it's not something that it's not a story Mark Hamill would have told.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, Mark Hamill contributed and did a great job in telling that story.
Sort of a situation like, you're the actor.
Yeah.
You signed on. This is what it is, and this is what the studio has selected as the story.
And I think on a personable level, I don't think there's any ill will towards Rian Johnson at all. Mm-hmm. And so I think it'd be fun if Mark Hamill came and did it again. So Mark Hamill is my next choice.
Gotcha. My next choice, kind of going back into your, like, there needs to be sort of a manipulator, someone who's really puppet mastering everything, and that's Viola Davis. And that's not even to say that she's the one who did anything, but if you have Viola Davis whispering in your ear, like, anything, I'm gonna believe her, and I'm gonna be intimidated by her as well. Like, she's so good at just getting into people's heads that I think that she would just shine. Absolutely. And she's also not one to shy away from, like, being like a quirky, zany character. Like,
that's true.
Not that the Rian Johnson characters are, like, sort of out there, but I think they do have this sort of blend of sort of, this isn't necessarily a person I would buy as being a real person.
Yeah.
And I think that she would work with that.
Yeah, no, 100%. And for my next choice, I'm also going back to TV. And that's, it may seem like an odd choice, but I thought about it, and then I was like, yes, this is it. And that's Victoria Pedretti. She got her really big bump from The Haunting of Hill House, which, if you've never watched Haunting of Hill House, Nicholas, she is phenomenal in this series. She's unbelievable. And she, I think, can be the someone who is like the Toni Collette character from the first movie, where it's someone who's just overly emotional, over out there, but at the end of the day, you need a great performer to pull off that role, because if you put an amateur in there, it's just going to seem cringy and fake and not work. And I think Victoria Pedretti has done the serious drama, has done a lot of, that type of role, and I think this role would be a good showcase for her abilities and be like, no, I can play this character. And I think she would be really interesting in that role as well. So I'm going to go Victoria Pedretti as well.
All right. My next one is just a fun one for me, because I just liked when he pops up and things, and that's Vince Vaughn. And the reason I selected Vince Vaughn is, one, he had a pretty stable run on the last few seasons of Curb Your Enthusiasm, but I really feel like he hasn't been much in the spotlight lately, in terms of just like movies starring and everything like that. And I think just having someone like him who has this screen presence that is also just going to keep riffing and talking everyone's ear off, I feel like that just would add an interesting dynamic to the Knives Out thing. Like, I could see him just sort of disseminating rumors throughout, or just his presence, I think, would add a lot of comedic relief, and also just, yeah.
No, it's a great choice. It's an amazing choice, actually. For me, my next choice is going to be Sofia Vergara.
Okay.
And part of it is, I think that she can be very deceptively funny, and that, obviously she has the stereotype of like this just beautiful, like, Latino woman, but Modern Family, I think, proves like she's hilarious. And I think in this time of like death and murder, and like with Rian Johnson's movies having that comedic edge, I think she could be the secret standout of like the one who doesn't take it seriously when it should be taken seriously, and then takes it too seriously when it shouldn't be taken seriously. And she can kind of be that odd coin that I think really kind of is the missing puzzle piece of the cast in the movie. So I think Sofia Vergara would do a great job within this ensemble as well.
I know she just got a lot of praise for her Netflix show too.
Yeah,
that was a more dramatic turn for her, I think. So I think that would fit right in. My last choice, just some more young blood there, and that's McKenna Grace. Who I think
great choice
has, she showed up as the younger version of a lot of characters in a lot of different movies.
Yeah.
But her real breakout was really the starring part of Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Yeah.
And one of my biggest gripes with Frozen Empire is I felt like her character was sort of sidestepped a bit for more of the ensemble.
She's the best one of the new ones, I think.
And I think that having her in an ensemble is always great, and I think she's a really big up-and-coming talent. And I think that this would be a great sort of push forward as well to show, Ghostbusters are Ghostbusters. But I think having something as dynamic as a Knives Out movie would really get to showcase her range a lot more.
Listen, I agree.
Now, had this been like 5 to 10 years ago, I would have said Angourie Rice coming off of The Nice Guys.
True,
but
true.
Now we have McKenna Grace.
Yeah, no, 100%. And this is my last person, my final choice. I'm going to go with Coleman Domingo.
Oh, hell yeah.
One, what a fucking great actor he is. But two, I think my favorite dynamic in these movies is just someone who's just toe-to-toe with Benoit Blanc. Like, hey, fuck you. I love that character in each movie, and I think Coleman Domingo would play that part perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no one could do that better, in my opinion, than someone kind of being the skeptic than Coleman Domingo, because that also adds another layer of, could this person be responsible for the murder? And again, with just his acting talents, and I think it's a match made in heaven.
Mm-hmm.
Love Coleman Domingo. Think he would do great in this role.
Honestly, the entire cast of Drive Away Dolls, I think, would just make a great.
Yes.
Matt Damon, Pedro Pascal, Coleman Domingo, Margaret Qualley,
Yes.
Geraldine Viswanathan.
Nice pronunciation.
I think I got that.
Yeah. Nice job.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, I think. Did you have any more?
No, because I lumped.
Right, you did two together.
Yeah.
Right. So those are our fan casts for Knives Out 3, or a potential Knives Out movie. I think that'd be fun. What are your fan casts? I'd love to see you in the comments below and kind of see people you throw out to think would do well in these movies.
Think there's a chance any of us, like either of us, got one of them.
Well, we listed a lot of people.
We got, what, 16?
Yeah.
17?
So there's a small chance.
15. Yeah.
But we'll see. We shall see. We shall see what happens.